Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Techno, and we are back with our CPC Week 5 matchup. Now, this week we are against Volume, the coach of the Arizona Dactyls, and he has a pretty threatening team. Um, he's got Pokemon such as Jirachi, which is his Z Captain, Sylveon, Hydreigon, Donphan, Entei, Superior, Mega Medicham, Lantern, Articuno, and Slacking. Now, this is a divisional match, so I'm not going to get too into detail on my spreads and stuff. Another reason why I'm not live comming this week, plus I'm just not sure if live comming is going to be the best way to go. But the team I was able to bring is Spiritomb as my response to the Mega Medicham, because it, of course, walls its dual stabs. Yeah. Defensive Crobat to kind of deal with the Sylveon and the Superior primarily, not really anything else. It just doesn't match up well versus the rest of the team. It's also a good defogger, though, in case something wants to get up rocks, because in these last couple of weeks I've been really pressured by rocks, and I don't want to get pressured by rocks this week. Vaporeon as my Entei response, also a pretty fair Hydreigon response, just Wish and stuff. I have Scarf Heatran, which is an interesting Pokemon this matchup, because it literally just, well, not interesting, it's just great this matchup, because it literally just nukes everything on his team pretty much with its Fire, Earth, and Steel coverage. I have Sash Sand. I'm not going to get too far into detail on the moves, because I do have some, like, secret moves that I have on here. But, yeah, that's going to be that. And SD sub Gliscor. So, let's just get right into this battle here. So, he's going to lead off with his Lantern, and I'm going to lead off with my Heatran. Now, right off the bat, I know he can't kill me with, like, literally anything at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right for my rocks. I need rocks at this battle because I made a mistake in my Gliscor set and kind of get walled by the Articuno. So I'm just going to try to get rocks at this battle just to weaken everything, including the Sylveon, which is another thing I need rocks for, and this Lantern. And he just goes for the Volt Switch, that's fine. Now, I'm not going to be afraid to play too aggressively with my Heatran in this matchup, because I think what's going to happen is he's going to realize that this thing could be a win condition, and he's going to play a little bit more cautious this battle, because he knows I'm not going to go right into it, so just keep that in mind with the way I play this Heatran. So he's going to go into his Medicham. Of course, I do have my response in my Spiritomb, however, that's so predictable, and Sylveon's a great switching after that, just as a double play. And here, I go into my Crobat because it's a middle ground play. He's either going to go for a fighting move and try to take out the Heatran, or he's going to go into his Sylveon and try to beat my Spiritomb. So this was a great middle ground play for me. Now here I know he's not going to stay in because of course I am a Crobat versus a Sylveon with leftovers, so it's more than likely defensive. And I'm just going to go for the U-turn because I know of course he's not going to stay in. And this is where I start to drop in my Heatran and we can just start clicking moves. So the Heatran is going to come in right here. And what we're going to do is click Fire Blast, and he goes into his Lantern, and that is going to do 20%. So what that kind of tells me is he's either really Spadaf, or he's Assault Vest. More than likely Assault Vest because of the fact that he has not taken any other damage, or he hasn't like shown any other item as he could be leftovers, but he's not. Plus I think Assault Vest is just a good response to this Heatran. Unless I was Earthquake. But yeah, either way, that's fine. So I'm going to go into my Spiritomb here, because I don't really have another great switch in, because I didn't prepare like a lot for this Lantern, but it's a Lantern. I'm not that afraid. He goes for Scald, and here, this is a big turn for me. I know he's not going to want to stay in and take a bunch of damage with this thing, because it's his only response to my Heatran, kind of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to predict him to Volt Switch out, and I'm going to go for the Pursuit and get off a big amount of damage on him, and now the rocks are just going to destroy him when he comes back in. By the way, he doesn't have any hazard removal, so that's going to be great for me. Here I go into my Heatran. Like I said, not afraid to be too aggressive with this thing because he's not going to expect me being like incredibly aggressive. So that's like my biggest idea of this matchup. Plus now it just kind of nukes everything. And of course from here, I'm not going to kill it with a Flash Cannon because it is a Sylveon and it has very good natural special defense. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to double into my Gliscor, predicting an HP ground or a switch into the Lantern, and I do get the HP ground play right. So here I decide it's just going to be best to get off damage on this Sylveon more than anything, and here he just goes for the Wish, and this is a very unfortunate turn. Here I am able to crit the Sylveon and kill it. That would have not have killed because of my offensive investment. It would have done a lot, but yeah, it wouldn't have killed, so that sucks, but I think that it would have been fine in the end anyways. So here, now that this thing is in, I just kind of have to sack my Spiritomb. I can't really use it much anymore. So here he goes for the Ice Punch, and he's going to kind of beat down my Spiritomb. So maybe I could have kept this thing around a little longer, but you know, it's whatever. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go into my I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to click the U-turn, and now the heat train is just going to be able to drop right back in. That's literally just how it is every time the heat train comes in. It just comes in and picks up basically a kill now. So here I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, and Lantern is not going to live. Well, it is going to live, but then it's going to die to the next one. However, I'm not going to risk a miss and just risk my heat trance, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to kind of sack off my Gliscor because I don't really need it much anymore. And plus, if I bait in the Medicham, I'm fine with that because I just need a little bit of damage off on that thing to win with my heat trance. So that's great for me. Now the Medicham, of course, is going to outspeed. I thought maybe it wouldn't if he was adamant, but you know, it is what it is. And what we're going to do here is we are going to go into the Crobat, click U-turn, and here I'm not afraid to play aggressively with my heat train, like I said. Another big thing, well, this was probably kind of a misplay in case he did predict me and go for the HJK. But, you know, it worked out for me, basically. You're going to see it. He goes for the Ice Punch, and we take that like a pro. And now everything is in range of a Fire Blast, and this is looking like a GG. So basically, he's going to go into a Superior, and I know that even if it's like Scarf Superior, which it shouldn't be, it's probably not going to kill me with HP Ground, because Superior is not very strong. But so we go for the Fire Blast and we kill it, and I'm like, yes, okay, this game is basically over, because if he went to the Superior there, that means he's not going to have another Scarfer, and unless I miss, this game is going to be pretty much over. So he goes into the Articuno, takes 50%, and he reveals that he's actually Scarf Articuno, so that was very interesting that he didn't go into it earlier. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to try to go into my Alakazam. And now I'm kind of stressed. Not really, though, because I have a move on this thing that can beat the Jirachi pretty easily. And it's not Shadow Ball, by the way. So here, I'm just going to go for the Psyshock and try to, like, take out the Articuno from there. However, this thing is just going to be in there. Shadow Ball is going to come out, and this is where the battle is going to get a little bit long. So we're going to see it in these next couple of turns. He has Wish, Protect, and then you're going to see he has Flash Cannon. Wait, did it show Flash Cannon? Yeah. And he has Psychic. So that removes the possibility of a Calm Mind Jirachi, and that's great for me because I can't really like fight a Calm Mind Jirachi very well. But what this means is I'm just gonna be able to switch in and out between all my stuff, and I'm just gonna like slowly be able to whittle this thing down. I didn't want to have to play like this, but the bluff he pulled on my Heatran really made it. Like I would have definitely not just got rid of Heatran there. If I didn't know that the other thing was, if I had an idea that this thing was going to be Scarf, but of course the bluff made it so this had to happen. Shadow Ball's going to come out here, and here I just wanted this last kill with my Alakazam, and then I get another kill with my Heatran with Stealth Rocks. So that's going to be GG to my opponent, Volume. It was a good battle. Pretty nice predictions on my part, I'd say. And now we're 3-2 and we're at the top of our division. We've been at the top of our division this entire time, which is great. So super stoked about that. Next week we play the Verd and the Adelaide Zydingos. Very hyped for that matchup. So I'll see you guys next time, and peace out.